What's going on, people? Welcome back to another JSTV, back again, and I'm back live after 10 days in Japan, and now I'm back. So, guys, I've got Pete with me, I've got Tony with us. Good evening to you guys, and how are you?
Very well, John. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm champion, not for you bad. Just had a really fantastic time in Japan, Tokyo, 22 million population, absolutely fantastic. Back to reality, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. So yeah.
Fantastico.
This one, John.
Hi, so guys, like the video, like what you watch, make sure you give it a like and subscribe as well. Super chats are open as well, and if you'd like to become a member, it's 99p as well. We're talking about the transfer show tonight. We're going to talk about the very latest on all things Newcastle United, also the latest news as well, and we're going to talk about Madueke later on and Miggy as well. But first of all, start with you, Tony. Right, we're talking about the very latest on Marc Guehi, and the latest news is that our 55 million offer has been rejected, according to Sammy Mockrell from the Mail. If that is true or not, I looked at others and said no, I haven't reported this as well. So we made 3 bids now for the Palace defender, right? Be rejected out of hand, which is okay. They've got every right to do that. So that's 3 bits. Do you think now, Tony, we should move on? Or do you think Steve Parish, you're going to come to his comment later on, do you think he is rattled?
Well, John, look, there's nothing on Sky to confirm these have been rejected. So is this just hearsay from this journalist? I don't know the journalist personally. I don't know if he's a London-based journalist for Palace or whatever. But look, I would say take that with a pinch of salt, because if it had been rejected out of hand, I'm sure it would have been all over the news. Sky News, Sky Sports News and everything. It would have all been reported. Keith Downey would have said something. Lee Ryder probably would have said something, Jordan Cronin. But the fact nobody said anything, I don't think it's been rejected. I really don't. And look, we've put 3 bids in now. And look, I can see where Tiger's coming from. He's put on there, all I'm saying is we've wasted so much time with this Guehi deal. After the comments today, he ain't doing what a joke this club is. 4 days to go, still no signs what the F is going on. Right, let's put it into perspective here, right?
Yeah.
I can understand fans' frustrations that other clubs are signing players and we're just standing still, basically. Now, look, I've always said this, the transfer window does not shut until the 30th of August. This weekend it's not a priority to get players in by this Saturday's game. We have more than enough in that squad to go out there and beat Southampton on Saturday. With no disrespect to Southampton, we have enough in that squad to do that. So all I'm saying to fans is please calm down. Deals are not easily done. And people keep saying, oh, well, our owners have gone in and lowballed and lowballed and lowballed. Yes, because if you understand how business works, that is how you do it. If you go to buy a used car, you're not going to pay the asking price straight out. You're going to knock the guy down or the dealer down. Same if you're buying a house. You're going to go to the estate agent and say, well, I'm not paying the asking price, but I'll pay below the asking price. And the first one might get rejected, but your second one might get accepted. Or that might get rejected, but then you put a third bid in, and they may think, do you know what? It's as close as we want it. Okay, let's accept that bid. And that's exactly how it works. And that is the same with transfers. Now, this is not a cheap transfer by any stretch of the imagination. But this has parallels to when Bayern Munich signed Michael Olise. When Bayern Munich signed Michael Olise, did they pay his asking price? No, they did not. What did Bayern Munich do? They waited. They put an offer in. And they had no response for quite a while. And then all of a sudden, Palace responded and said, we'll accept that offer. Bayern Munich held out. It was who blinked first. And it was Palace who blinked first, not Bayern Munich. We're doing exactly the same. It's who blinks first. Palace may think, oh, okay, if we, I mean, it's being reported we've put a £55 million bid in with maybe 10 million in add-ons. Now then, if it is 55 million, now if we did go to Palace and say, right, okay, there you go, 60 million up front now, 5 million in add-ons, Palace will probably snap our hands off and say, yeah, get in, 65 million quid. But because there's this 10 million in add-ons, maybe that's the problem. But the thing is, though, Steve Parish hasn't actually come out and said it's been rejected. Now, we know Steve Parish can be an absolute bellend, let's be honest. You know, he's not the best of people to deal with. I mean, they're selling Yoki Manderson to Fulham. It looks like Jordan Ayew is on his way to Leicester for 4 million. So there's a couple of players that are going to be losing. And they probably don't want to lose Marc Guehi either. But if you listen to what Parish said, and if you listen to his interview carefully, he does say that Guehi does want to progress his career. Now, take that whichever way you want it. But to me, that sounds like Guehi's already said to them, I want to go to Newcastle. I want to progress my career. And I don't think I'm going to do that at Crystal Palace. So that's the way you can read about it in between the lines, if you read between those lines. But the way I'm looking at it is, I still think there's legs in this deal. And I think this deal could be done before the weekend. And I think he could be lining up in that starting 11. You just got to remember, transfer talks, negotiations aren't clear-cut and straightforward. We're not Chelsea. We haven't got that owner who goes out and just says, oh, I'll buy that player regardless. We do things properly.
We do.
You've got to lowball. People keep saying we've got to, it's like having our former owner at the club. Hang on a minute. It is not like having him at the club. Do you think for 1 minute he's going to go out there and spend 55 million quid on Marc Guehi? Not a chance.
Oh.
So fans need to give their heads a bloody good wobble out there and have a good, long, hard look at ourselves before they speak. Because when you bring in our former owner into it, with these owners, there's no competition. Our current owners win hands down over the fat cockney. Now then, you know, yes, we know you spent 40 million on Joe Linton. That's fair enough. But look, all I'm saying is keep calm, relax. It's a long way to go in the window. You know, could all of a sudden happen, this transfer. All it takes is Parish to say, pick up the phone, speak to Paul Mitchell and say, tell you what, Paul, done deal. He's yours. You can speak to him.
Yeah. Well
That's all it
said,
takes.
Tony.
And that can take literally 30 seconds to do a phone call, and he could be on a flight either later tonight, tomorrow morning, or whenever. And he could be in Newcastle in 45 minutes, because it doesn't take that long on a plane. 45 minutes, he could be in Newcastle, whisked out the airport, down to the training ground or St James's Park, go through all the contract, do the personal terms, have his medical booked and everything. Bang, done, dusted. And all the paperwork sorted out so that by Friday lunchtime, he's available to play on Saturday at 3 p.m. against Southampton at St James's Park.
Fact, absolute fact. And I can't really add much to that, Tony, because you're so right. You're so right. Go for the comments so we get Pete's take as well. All I'm saying, Tony's just read it anyway. So I think Tiger's so right, absolutely right. Still no key signings. Big up to JK. Hope you're well, mate.
Yeah.
Hi to Andrew DB. Hope you're great. Hi to Mick. And live for you as well, mate. And hi to you, mate. Big up to Beer Viking, John Solfus, Tony. Galen Corley, both on this channel. I wonder why I did that wrong. I haven't watched this channel, so I got no idea what he's talking about. And I'm not saying too much because I get trolled on social media anyway. So does Pearson and Mr. Pearson, and we don't care. Big up to Colin, by the way. Hope you're well. Good to see you again, Colin. Hi to Mama Flossie. Hi to Mama. I hope you're well. Love you always, and I hope you're okay. And what's the S up to this club? 4 days ago, at Sunday signings, this Guehi deal has been such a waste of time. Mate, listen, we got to relax, yeah? It does take time. Tony's correct. it does take time. I can understand your frustration as well. I'll be the same, to be fair. I'm back home. I'm absolutely knackered. I've been traveling for 28 hours. Lewis, where did you go to, man?
He was in Mexico. Mexico.
Nice. I hope you have a fantastic time there, Mr.
Thing is,
go on, then.
thing is as well, John, right?
Yeah.
Now, what's to say we had gone in first of all and said, right, we'll pay the asking price. And we say, right, okay, Palace, there you go. 65 million quid. There you are, done deal. They would then turn around and go, oh, actually, we've changed our mind. We want £70 million or we want £75 million. That's why you don't go straight in on the asking price.
Mm-hmm.
No. Well, if Palace want to play that game, we just walk away. And if Palace comes back and say, look, I'm sorry, we got you wrong, we take the money, I was going to say, you know what? Get stuff. Yeah, all that time, they take that money, get stuff. We're not playing games.
And also, obviously, Malik Chow is now not coming because it has been confirmed that he wants to stay at Milan. He's not interested in Newcastle move whatsoever now.
Yeah, I mean, he wants Champions League football as well. So I know people say, get Chow. He wants Champions League football. He's got Champions League football with Milan, so can't blame him anyway. He's got a year left on his contract as well, and I don't think he's settled there as well. Big up to Tunami, hope you're well. Steve Parish on the glue, pays superstar money. What is he on about? We just did. I'll speak to people about that in just a few minutes. We are still at the table. It's all part of negotiations. The biggest risk is Fulham getting Anderson. So if he goes to Fulham, then the chances are they may want to keep Guehi. What's your thoughts on the defenders you have just signed? Well, Mason, number one, we haven't signed anyone. Okay. Secondly, I'm not a red. Yeah. Have I got a red shirt on? No. Have you seen me profile and support Man United? No. But I have got United mates.
Speaking of, has anyone ordered the away kit?
Yeah, I've seen
yes,
it.
I have.
Yeah, I've ordered mine as well.
Wow.
And hopefully they don't cock up like they did last time.
It's Paul.
For sake.
Wow.
Everybody, it is the Teletubby, Paul Proudlock.
Yeah.
Because, John, because you were in Japan, so when I did a show, obviously Pete was on my show.
Yeah.
And so anyway, they put Paul Proudlock on his shirt, even though he had clearly said in the email, PD Proudlock. And they cocked it up the club, right?
Yeah.
So I said, I didn't know you were taking up the Teletubbies, Pete. So there's a Teletubby called Paul, who's the red Teletubby. And I put the little GIF on screen with Paul waving, and everybody thought it was hilarious. And then everybody started calling him Paul and everything and saying, do you want any tubby custard and things like that? So hopefully, Pete, this time you won't be Paul and it will be PD.
Hopefully it will be, because if it does, I'll have to come back again.
Yep, exactly.
And ask for compensation this time, Pete, as well, if you get it.
That ain't good. That ain't good. That ain't
Fingers
good.
crossed it's not going to be second time.
Factuals. Their boss has told manager, don't sell him. Well, I tell you what, I might take on that one in a bit. Photos at the match on Saturday. Get Charlie back. That's all. Mick. No. I hope not. Mick. And mad to tell him to support their team. Oi to Lee. Hope you well, Lee. Leave his on Pete or turn his channel. I think if anyone wants to come to tune and he would tell Palace such or a run down contract and go for now. Well, he's got another 2 years left on his contract, Andrew. It could be another long 2 years.
Steve Parish likes money.
He does.
He is a bit of a parasite owner, because there's a lot of Palace fans do not like him. If they see bids coming in that are worth going, he'll take it.
He'd be on it.
No chance, Brian.
Nah, not a chance. Not a chance. And that's all you fans see. I'm a diehard Newcastle fan. I want to win, not my fault. 9% of the fan base have a losing mentality. I'm not one of them. You know what, Tiger? No. I want to win a trophy. Tony wants to win a trophy. Pete wants to win a trophy. We haven't won for 55 years. I want a trophy. In fact, I'd rather win a trophy than get a top 4 place at this stage. Yeah.
The thing is,
flip us a trophy, man.
The thing is, Tiger, right?
By the way.
Yeah. Good lad, Alan. The thing I want to say to Tiger is, look, keep the faith, Tiger. Keep the faith, because look, we can't go out and splash the money. It's FFP. PSR is holding us back, unfortunately. If there was no PSR, do you think we would be fiddling about like this? Absolutely not. We would be going out there and smashing it and getting players in left, right, and centre. And the thing is, because of the PSR issues that we've got, we cannot go out and buy the players we want. And the person you blame for that is the person who used to own the club, who didn't bring any commercial revenue into the club, because he stuck his shit Sports Direct everywhere on the stadium, not just Sports Direct, but also Flannels was going around, Fraser's Plus, House of Fraser, all the crap that he bought off the high street that were all failing stores. He advertised them in the stadium because it was free advertising for him, and the club wasn't earning any money, any commercial revenue. We didn't have a commercial department. There was only one man in charge, and that was Lee Charnley, to do everything. But he didn't have to do anything commercially because, well, everything was there from the Fat Cockneys companies. And also, we have crap shirt deals coming in. We had Fun 88 for £2.5 million a season. What is that on the front of the shirt? Yes, Fun 88 have been a great sponsor, by the way. But, you know, for the money he was bringing them in for, £2.5 million a season, that's not going to create a lot of revenue for the club. £5 million shirt deal with Castor. Again, not a one that's going to bring a lot of money into the club. So you're bringing what, $7.5 million in a season, $500,000 for the sleeve sponsor. Again, you know, just
kayak
rubbish.
at the time, kayak at the time, isn't it?
And the thing is, this is what I'm saying. The thing is, we've had MRF tyres and everything, but what I'm saying is, this is where the commercial revenue wasn't coming in. And that is why our FFP is severely dented, and it's going to take us a long time to get up there. And then we got frustrated even more because when the Sports Direct signs come down, Leicester City was the first club to shout, whoa, hang on a minute, we need a change in the rules here. We need to bring a vote in so that teams can't just go out and get big sponsorships and under, you know. So basically, Leicester were worried that we were going to go out there and say, get like a Ramco to come in and sponsor the club for $60 million a year, get somebody else to come in and sponsor the club for another $50 million a season to push the PSR up. Because had we have these big sponsors in, our PSR would be through the roof now. But we can't, because we've got to do this stupid fair market value. And that's thanks to Leicester City, who, by the way, got relegated from the Premier League the season after they shouted their mouths off about it. So that was a bit of karma there. And their owner has very short memories, because if he remembers rightly, or if he looks at his own doorstep, he sees that the stadium is sponsored by the company he owns, or that his father owned. And on the shirt is the company they own as well. So, you know, don't go around shouting your mouths off about sponsorship. It's like, don't throw stones at glass houses.
Yeah, 100%. Tony.
Sorry for the rant, John, but, you know.
No, 100%.
I just
100%.
want to put out there that people are just being a bit... I think some people... Look, I don't want people thinking I'm being funny towards fans and that, because I'm not. Look, I'm respecting we're all. We've all got our own opinions, and that's fine. That's what football's all about. It's about opinions. But I'm trying to be a realist here, and that's what I'm saying. You've got to let the club grow. Masters has been speaking today, the most corrupt man in football. You know, he's got that sort of face you'd just like to punch. Let's be honest. Everybody would love to stand there and, you know, a pound a go. I'm sure I would pay $5. I'd just have a go, never mind a pound. But anyway, I have to throw tomatoes at him. But look, you know, he was asked by ITV, "Are you what's happened with the Man City case? Not the 115 charges, by the way, but about the fair market value one." And he says, "Oh, that's private. I can't disclose anything. I don't even know myself."
That guy should.
He's a liar. That man's a liar.
That guy should resign. That guy should resign, because at the end of the day, right, he don't put himself into it because he knows that City's going to rattle him. I hope City win the arbitration. I hope they smash the bits anyway.
And then, John, they were talking to Howard Webb about the refereeing and that. Oh, Masters is on about making up the refs as well. And what he's saying is they may make up the refs to come out with the decisions what the VAR say. So if it's a penalty, the referee will say it over the tannoy like they did in the Women's World Cup, saying it's a penalty, red card. But not in the Premier League yet. It will probably be in cup games this to start with, to trial it and then bring it in the Premier League. And then they were talking to Howard Webb about the offsides and all that. And what goal did they have to bring up on the ITV news? They had to probably bring up the most controversial goal of them all, even though at the end of the day, it was a clear goal. And that was our game against Arsenal when it took over 6 minutes, when Joe Willock just kept the ball in. And then they were seeing if Joe Linton had found Gabriel, and then if there was an offside and everything. The one that Arsenal fans keep throwing in our faces. So what did ITV do? Oh, let's reopen it. Let's just show that one again, you know. Thanks, ITV. The Arsenal fans will probably be on Twitter tonight shouting their heads off again. Oh, we lost 3 points last season to Newcastle through that goal. No, you didn't lose 3 points, Arsenal. That was a legitimate goal because it was proven. It was legitimate. Mm-hmm. So you can shout till the cows come home, but it was a legitimate goal. We beat you 1-0 at St James's Park and we lost you the title, so haha. And we'll do it again this season.
Hey.
Exactly.
Well, Man U spending again, would you believe it?
Yeah.
That De Ligt has signed from Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
He has he?
Yes,
he
has.
And I think that's another player made of glass.
Yes, he is.
He is indeed. And I tell you what, though, they are spending. Tad's got no excuses this time. He's got to deliver. He has to deliver.
That was a team that apparently failed PSR and have got away with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Stinks.
It does. Noni talks in football, and I agree with you there, Mr. Kerrigan. It sure does. I'm not going to read that because that's a troll. Any more trolls than that, you are getting kicked out of the chat. Simple as that. We don't want trolls in our community. We do not want trolls anywhere in the channel. And trolls, in my opinion, should be in the bin. Bunch of scumbags. There you go. How the hell is Chelsea so players win a half-life 50-odd players and the team doesn't seem like doesn't Lewis? They tried to create an American-style football team there. Bet John cannot wait for Strictly Come Dancing this year. Big up to Claire Williams. She's a big Strictly Come Dancing fan as well. We need sign-ins ASAP. We sure do, Joel Linton. And Matt is chatting to Tiger. I see you are linked to Madueke. You've got to come to him in a bit. Do you think it'll come to? We've got to talk to him in a minute, JK. Pete, let's talk to you about Guehi. I mean, I'm going to read this out, right? Steve Pash come out the statement of the day, right? And I think I agree with you, off there. He was asked about him, and he said that if Newcastle wants to buy him, you have to offer superstar money for a superstar player before they agree. And he also added, no one has got the valuation yet. Everyone's superstar player needs to pay superstar money. This is a player we love a lot. If we start the season with him, we'll be a better team, no doubt. We are nowhere near the point where we have to make a decision. We love having him, and we love to keep him. Pete, my thing is, I think, and I might be the first one to say this, I think they'd rather sell him to Liverpool if they made an offer. I think they'd sell him to a little bit less rather than sell to us because Palace is a direct rival to us. That's what they're thinking. Right?
Possibly, could be.
And go on, Pete, go on.
Personally, I think Parish is rattled. It sounds like it feels like a little bit that he doesn't want to. He's trying not to wind the fans up, or he's trying to find a way not to get the fans rattled because Crystal Palace will not want to lose Guehi, to be fair to them. But I believe this is going to happen. I really believe there will. This third offer is probably going to be done or accepted. I've just got that feeling it is definitely going to be accepted, and hopefully we'll see him. Either it could be early tomorrow. We could something possibly get done, and then it's all sorted. Hopefully it is. I believe this. I believe the Sid bid's going to happen. I think Parish is rattled.
100%.
Rattled all right, Pete. He's rattled all right.
He's rattled out, but I think he'd rather sell Guehi to Liverpool rather than to us if they're waiting for Liverpool. But I tell you what, at the end of the day, right, that is tactic. And I think the lad wants to come to Newcastle anyway. Even the PWW, hope you're well. I'm glad you joined my Japan videos. Thank you very much indeed for that. Do check out my Japan videos. hit the like button, please, guys. Thank you very much indeed for that. Even to you, Predator.
Predator, hope you're keeping well, Predator.
So big up to you, mate. Don't shy away because people haven't got you, mad putter. You stay here, mate. Don't let them walk over you. Stay here, mate. Okay? You love you on. Big up to JG. I hope you're well. And that's Paul Gallant, by the way. And that's who he is. And Echo Pete's comment, smashing Japan vids. John really enjoyed them. Tom, thank you very much indeed, man. And I really appreciate that. Big up to you. Big up to Wacky Angler. Hope you're good.
You're well, Wacky.
And
oh, Jesus.
Yeah, man. And Paris needs to slap greedy. Needs to slap greedy. Get Dewey, a good player, but generation talent. How will I give you a hero wobble? I totally agree. And big up Live Theme, man. What's that? Yep, indeed. Big up to Warren. I hope you're well. Warren, if you're new to the channel, if you're on Peter's channel or Tony's channel, you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. Yeah, because we work as a team. Thanks so much indeed for that, guys. Big up to Gav Cooper from Cardiff. Hope you're well. Cole's extended his contract until 20.
Yeah, he has.
He has indeed. Wow. We should go for Monday. I don't think Lisbon is selling yet. I think he'll stay for another year. Get me delighted detector test. Thank you very much indeed. No, thank you. Not yet. I'm going to the club shop maybe next week or so. That's fair enough, Liz. I was hoping to see you then because I'm going to get a new shirt on Saturday as well. I went to the club shop after work and got mine. Big up to Tom.
Yeah, nice one, Tom. Well done.
No, I haven't, Mason. Sure. I would be fishing twice Marc Guehi in Jan or next summer. It would be cheaper, and he only has 2 years left on his contract. I think it'd probably be, in my opinion.
Hopefully, it's got to be this one. I think Guehi is our number one target.
Exactly.
All it takes now, though, is Guehi to turn around and say, right, I want to leave. Now, I said to John yesterday, and now, obviously, where I work, there's a Norwich fan there, and he was telling me, obviously, because you were on the channel yesterday, and if anybody else didn't hear this, anyway, they've got a striker called Jonathan Rowe, and Marseille put an offer in for him, and they got knocked back by Norwich. So at 10 o'clock Saturday morning, Jonathan Rowe, bear in mind, Norwich were kicking off at 12:30 lunchtime. Jonathan Rowe turned around to the new manager of Norwich and said, I'm not playing today. I want to go to Marseille. So I won't be playing. At 10 o'clock, 2.5 hours before they were due to play. Before they were playing Oxford. And that's what he told the manager. And the manager had to leave him out of the team. Because he's now had his head turned by Marseille. What do you think of that, Pete? How would you feel if that was one of our players done that, say, 2 hours before kickoff?
Oh, that's not good, is it?
Not good. That's not good for Norwich.
Just before a game.
And not good
21-year-old striker, that's what he is, Pete. But because De Zerbi wants him at Marseille, you see. So Norwich will have to sell him now because it's pointless keeping a player that's not happy at your club, isn't it, though?
Well, it's not. Definitely not. So if you don't want to be here, out the door you go.
And keeping on the Norwich theme, if anybody hasn't realised, because obviously I live in Suffolk, so I get all in the local news and it covers Norwich City. Delia Smith and her husband have taken a step back from the club now. They are no longer the major owners of the club, so they handed over to the Americans, but they will still retain a 10% stake. So, unfortunately now, we won't see Delia Smith coming on the pitch at half-time, pissed as a fart, after drinking red wine, shouting, "Where are you? Let's be having you." Do you remember when she did that again? When Norwich played Man City and they were about 4-0 down at half-time, and because the fans were booing and everything, she come on the pitch at half-time. She was drunk on wine. Yes. She'd been drinking. And she come on, "Where are you?" She grabbed the mic off the guy. "Where are you all?" and everything. How embarrassing is that? If our owner did that, say if that was Amanda come on the pitch drunk and said that, I'll be embarrassed. How would you feel, John, about that?
I would.
Do you remember it, John?
I can really go on the pitch and say, "Let's be having you. Where are you?" When we were losing 4-0, like you said. And did they come back and do 4-6 that evening, or did they lost the game?
No, they lost the game, John. But,
I lost the game. I was thinking the other game. I was thinking the other one. Sorry, but yeah, I can remember that. It's just embarrassing, isn't it? Really, do you know what I mean? It's not good. I tell you what, social media wasn't around that day. Can you imagine if it was?
It's like when we played Arsenal, and I was at that game because I was season ticket holder. So I was at that game, and I remember a lot of fans leaving it like after 18 minutes when we were 3 down. Fans gave up, and there was a couple of lads who used to sit along from me. One of them used to be the big lad called Keith with NUFC on his tummy. Great lad, Keith, by the way. Brilliant guy. Him and his mate. They were walking out and said, "Come on, Tony, you're not just going to stay here and watch this bloody crap, are you?" And I said, "Oh, I'm not going yet." I said, "You never know, but we could turn this around." And they said, "Oh no, we're off. We're going down to the town now. We've had enough." And we were 4-0 down at half time.
Yeah,
that's where Lee Chondy could have come on the pitch and said, "Come on, fans, what are you doing? Where are you going? Why are you leaving?" But he didn't. It's similar stuff, but the difference was we came back and drew that game 4-4.
Mm-hmm.
And I always said the turning point in that game was Abu Diaby losing his head when he got a hold of Kevin Nolan and Joey Barton. And when he got sent off, that cost Arsenal the game. And I said that to somebody. Why has he lost his head now? What is he doing? When he had to go Barton, and then when he shoved Kevin Nolan as well, I thought, what is he doing? Right in front of Phil Dowd. And Phil Dowd had no option but to turn around and say, "There's a red card, off." And then he still wouldn't get off the pitch. He still wanted to argue with Kevin Nolan. And it was like, just get off. And that was the turning point for us. Okay, maybe the second penalty on Williamson, maybe it was a bit soft. I don't care. It still got put away. Joey Barton, shithousery of Joey Barton.
Plus, Leon Best had a goal disallowed, and it should have been disallowed. Rosicki, I'm pretty sure, played him on side.
He did, and Nolan shaved the post in the last minute of the game as well.
Could have won the game. Could have won us the game. But
that was the best comeback in Premier League history, that. And I was glad I was at that game, and I'm glad I stuck it out and watched it. I just wished I'd put a bloody bet on at half time for a draw, because I reckon the odds were quite high.
Good lad. Good man. Good man. Let's go through these comments quickly before we come back to more about Guehi as well. This one out on Mr. Hansen. With all this Guehi deal dragging on, I have a funny feeling that we get a surprise signing under the radar. You never know in this game. John, has anyone told you that you look like Frank Bruno and you sound like him? No idea.
Oh, God. That reminds me of that.
Well, thank you, Darren, anyway.
When we did the Horseman shows and you had that
man,
reaction.
I did that, didn't I? I know. But we had to get those days, fat man. Who thinks Madueke has more length than Gucci? Love the channel, lads. Fish, thanks so much. You're going to touch on Noddy in a bit. I'll still confident get Guehi. That's from Beer Viking. I hope so, Brian. When you watch the Shite on off the field since the 70s, it's only time in our history that our owners to spend as much as they possibly can on whatever fits. I'm still not worried. Enjoy the ride.
Absolutely.
Stu, good comment there. But at the same time, Stu, I want to win a trophy. I want to win a trophy. We have a budget for Guehi. If you have this limit, say to Palace, yes or no. If you don't give an answer, then go to Milan, put 40 million on the tip of Tamari, or let it cry for 20 mil. And Nico Williams, 50 million quid as well. Nico Williams, he's worth more than 50 mil. He's off to Barcelona.
I think Nico Williams said he wants to stay.
That's off, John.
That's off.
Yeah.
I think he also said
apparently he's not going.
I think he wants to stay at Bilbao, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, that's the case, because I think he's a really good player.
I would have had him at Newcastle.
110%. 110%.
Let's be honest, John. Let's be honest, John and Pete. If we sign Nico Williams tomorrow, right?
Guess who?
On Saturday, in every game, you'd have your arses off the seats. Every game.
You would.
100%.
You would.
And if you get to proper defender and get Nico Williams there, I tell you what, Tony, I'll go brave. I tell you what, that might just get us a title. It may just get us a title. Or flip me a title. That's a good comment there, Rough Birkin. Thank you. We won one last Saturday, John. You were there. Yes, I was there.
Yeah, I was at both games as well.
I went both games as well. And then he said, you're not. Oh, I had to block someone the other day, right? Saying that, I've been to China before you ever been. Shut up. Yeah? We're Newcastle fans. Yeah? So you can't tell me that I'm a fake fan. Get out. I've got the PAD scum. Come on the Carabao Cup, and I believe Preston are go up. I believe. Go on, Peter. 2 stars in their eyes. And Metallica song on your
God, no way.
Hey, leave Pete alone. He's done nothing to you. We don't want to win a trophy as team fans.
Yes, I can confirm the Scum are losing 1-0 to Preston North End.
So, Preston.
Goal scored by Ryan Ledson on 37 minutes. So the Scum are 1 down. And Freddie Woodman's in goal for Preston as well. So go on, Freddie, keep them out.
Good.
Keep the Scum out, mate.
Keep them out. We'll want to win a trophy as Newcastle fans. PSR is definitely holding us back. Does any fan really want us to beat FFP and get rinsed by the Premier League? No chance. Definitely not.
Because the Premier League will want to give us the heaviest punishment they can dig out.
And then it'll
that punishment will be lots of points deduction and want us out the Premier League. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. And that will go to court as well. Because I tell you what, we're taking the court like Man City's doing the Premier League.
Some of these journalists are coming out with crap stories, like, again, saying Isak and Gordon should leave us. I mean, I watched Paul's video the other day, and there was apparently that a reporter come out and says we should do a swap deal with Chelsea for Nicholas Jackson.
Fuck off. Sorry for my language, but Jesus. Come on.
Exactly. What Billy would
Somebody
say.
who missed 24 big chances last season. Somebody who missed 24 big chances last season. Do you want him in your say? Someone who couldn't score in a bloody brothel.
And apparently, Carragher, he says he's urging Liverpool to get Anthony Gordon off us. He's like trying to
Not a chance. Not a chance. And to tell you what, one day, right, it's got nothing to do with him. I mean, Anthony Gordon goes to Liverpool, right? I tell you now, he'll not be a guarantee starter. He won't be. He will not be.
There's one story making the rounds today. Apparently, Man City are willing to pay £60 million to get Luis Diaz from Liverpool because Liverpool are open to sell him for £60 million. And apparently he's agreed personal terms with Man City, if that's led to be believed.
Well, if that's the case, then I think Liverpool just as well just hand the title to Man City because I think Luis Diaz is a fantastic winger, fantastic player, brilliant.
He is.
He's brilliant. That was strength for Man City, big time. Hope you'll be challenging you guys for a Champions League spot this season. That's some wacky.
I think West Ham are going to have a good season.
I think they will. They spent well. The Palace chairman's come out and said, if you want to sign a top class player, you have to pay top money. This is on the back of the third bid. So it looks unlikely we'll get him that as if.
I believe he's rattled. We've said I think he's rattled.
Leicester King Power City.
Exactly. Tom just said it about Leicester City Stadium named after there.
Yep. True. Evening to Pablo. Hope you're well and having a good day. And to be fair, I can understand Tag's frustration, especially when the other clubs are going out and getting players and deals done so quickly. We seem to always drag things. Why is that, Pete? Why are we just, according to the fans, why are we dragging the deals out? I mean, Tony says not panicking. I'm not really panicking.
I'm not
panicking.
At the end of the day, they want the best because our club want the top players. We really want the top players now, pretty much, because of where we are. We want to challenge for things. And that's why we want to go out and get these top players the best we can.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the thing is, right, I mean, look, I mean, they don't really, I mean, like I said, they don't really want to sell Guehi to us. They'd rather sell them to Liverpool. And that's the thing, but I've always said
Liverpool,
that.
I don't think Liverpool are in for him.
Well, you don't know. I mean, according to one of the reports said that Liverpool wants him as well, but we'll see what happens on that one. Go for the calls. We're going to talk about what's that Chelsea's name? I can't remember his name.
You see, Jamie Carragher had his top 6 prediction, and this is his top 6. Man City winning the league.
Yeah.
Arsenal 2nd, Liverpool 3rd, Tottenham 4th, Man United 5th, Aston Villa 6th. We're not even thought of in there. I'll tell you what it is, right? Spit the dog. Spit is a knacker. Let's be honest. He is first class knacker.
Oh, because
right? Do you remember him? Bob Carroll used to have Spit the dog. well, people who are younger might be saying, who the hell's Bob Carroll G's? Well, he's somebody from years ago. John will remember Bob Carroll G's. When he had Spit the dog, it was like a little black Scotty dog type thing. Anyway, so Spit hasn't got us anywhere in that top 6. And a lot of these pundits are writing us off this season. And I'll tell you what it is. That's fine. That's fine. If they want to sleepwalk into the season, you sleepwalk into the season. Because I'll tell you what they're not realising is we have got a very good squad, let's be honest. Not only have we got a good squad with a manager who we know can get the best out of the squad, but we've got no European football. And what are these pundits going to say at the end of the season if we end up finishing in the top 4 and winning, say, an FA Cup or a League Cup? What are these pundits going to say at the end of the season? Are they going to say, well, that was a surprise. We didn't expect Newcastle to do that. No, they don't want to mention us because they want to make sure that we don't get in that top 4. They don't want us in that top 6. But the thing is, if we can keep most players fit this season and not have an injury list like we had last season, and I believe we're having James Bunce on board, we won't have that sort of injury list again because we won't be rushing players back. But I tell you what, if they want to sleep on us, they can sleep on us. But when this giant wakes up, they will be shitting themselves. They will be quaking in their boots. The likes of Carragher, Spit, and his mate Gary Neville. Although Gary Neville hasn't put his predictions in yet, so actually I can't see anything wrong about Gary Neville at the moment. But Carragher especially, that guy's got his head so far up his backside, it's unbelievable. You know, somebody needs to get a spade and dig it out, I think. But anyway,
agreed.
They are sleepwalking, and I tell you what, I hope we catch all these cold. And you know, I really do hope we can pick either a trophy this season and even hit that top 4. Even Goldbridge hasn't even got us down for a trophy this season. He's got Chelsea down to win the Carabao Cup and Man City to win the FA Cup. And he says, we might finish 4th. He says, even though he wants Man U to finish 4th, he says, it could be us that finishes 4th. You know? So, look, what he forgets is Man United, or Man U, as I like to call them, Spurs, Spuds, whatever you want to call them as well, Chelsea or, you know, Mad Chelsea, Bowley, whatever. Or you could call them FIFA Ultimate Team Chelsea because that's what they're playing like at the moment. The way they're spending money, although they've spent £186 million so far in this transfer window, if anybody hasn't realised that.
Yeah.
They've got to play Thursday, Sunday as well. So it's going to work in our favour this season because we got no European football. So let's see what happens this season. Because I want us to go out there and I want us to go there and hammer doors down. And not just hammer them down, knock them down completely. Knock walls down completely and show this lot that we are here to compete and not to be messed with.
Facts. Absolute facts, Tony. Facts. I mean, if you don't want to mention us, cool. That's fine. We just go under the radar. That's it. And I've got some comments as well. We'll go into Madueke as well. I'll walk away for the Guehi deal this minute. Once the chairman goes public, it's curtains. You can sign better defenders to 17 mil. Yeah, I agree. Big up to Brownie. I hope you're well. I also didn't have a single shot in the whole game. So if that goal didn't stand, the best outcome for them would have been a draw. Yep. Exactly. Not the 3 points. Yeah, I agree with you as well. Hi to Mr. Harker. Hope you're well, mate. Stephen. Hi to Gary D. Hope you're well. And what a playboy, Vice Chairman.
Oh, he's a parasite, that Steve Parish.
He's on Dragon's Den as well.
There's a lot of that. No wonder Crystal Palace fans don't like him.
Exactly. No Pellic here, but a lack of beginning signings. Tonali back and the lads fit with the signings made. I think they're smart. They are smart and do a job when injuries hit. That's from Brownie. That's a fair enough comment there. Fair enough comment. He always has to have a superstar time remain on his contract. That's in Stuart. Yeah, good comeback. A player he loves so much got his name wrong. Wow. And Chelsea apparently looking at Guehi with Shalaba going the other way in a part exchange. Surprise, surprise.
Chelsea don't need God.
The thing is, though, right? If we're going to do our business, you got to do us quietly in future. Yeah, we're too loud a minute. I've heard of love so much. He's got to say, yeah, got that. Peter, Guardian, and Daily Mail in the morning says third bid refused.
Then take them with a pinch of salt.
Taking a pinch of salt. If the Gay deal isn't done by the weekend, you can't hang around yet. That's and Mad, you're welcome, mate. You're welcome. Stay here, man. Everyone knew the bid's going to get rejected. They should have done 60 plus 5. If that was rejected, agreed, walk away. That's why it's such a waste of time.
But nothing official to say it has been rejected.
Yeah, exactly. Hit the thumbs and like swab. Make sure you sub the channel, Johnson Clay TV. Also sub to It's All Black and White TV and also sub to PD Prylock as well. And I've got Japan contents. Hit the likes on that as well, please. What happened to the 4 deal? Everyone thought that was going ahead. Terry.
Well, it came out that said there was interest, but there was nothing official about it.
Yeah.
To say that we've put bids in, unfortunately. That's from the IT case that was saying that.
Yeah, exactly. And Vuggy Crack, hi to you, man. Walk away and call a bluff. That's a good shout. Definitely getting that weird kit and Living Legend Junior out of back. Pablo, you go for it, man. And it'll suit you as well, mate. And don't leave Milan. Right now, top Sorba is the same age and cheaper and quicker. It's Eddie's house like a man mansion. And the problem why we do only have one's proven player. Answer is not good with foreign intake. And I thought that Sorba's a good defender. And Xavi Alonso love to lose this guy. Why is every club buy abroad, but the only ones who want to buy within England? That's Eddie House, the manager, and I think that's what he wants. But Paul Mitchell will change all that. Man U signed Elite and Masuruli from Bayern Munich. Yeah, that's just been confirmed. I'll go back to tomorrow on Monday. And big up to Martin. Hope you're well on the tube. 6 on the tube. Thank you, man. Not sure what people think of Osula, but in my opinion, that he will come on to be a very good player. It's just a bit of time to learn from Isaac Wilson. Terry, on to 10% of you, man.
I thought he tried on Saturday. I really thought he did. I've just assumed his goal was disallowed for offside, which is a lot of questions saying that apparently wasn't offside.
Yeah.
He's going to learn off Isak and Wilson. He's going to learn off them too. He will do.
100%.
When if you don't see off Wilson, you learn how to stand the treatment table for most of the season.
Plus, let's see him with better players around him. I mean,
exactly.
Better players around him.
Yeah, I'm not going to rule this guy out. He's got to give a season's grace. He has to get a season's grace on this as well. Same with Lloyd Kelly. He gets a season's grace as well. Comebacks happens. Look at the game, my boys. It's in June last year. Yeah. Go on, Tony.
This is why Pete. I said,
fuck off, VR.
Yay!
Yay!
Right. Give us a cheer.
So, Pete, what I was about Osula is right. I said this Osula, right? Now the thing is, and I don't like to disrespect Sheffield United in any way whatsoever, but the thing is, right? Have Sheffield United got a Bruno in their team? No.
Nope.
Have they got an Anthony Gordon in their team?
Nope.
No. What did Sheffield United do most last season? Defend that goal and concede an obscene amount of goals. In fact, a record in the Premier League, I think it was. They conceded over 100 goals. So he was never going to get a chance to score in the Premier League because they've done a lot of defending. In Newcastle, he's got better players. He's got players like Bruno and Isak, Gordon, Lewis Hall even, Joe Linton, Joe Willock, who can provide assists and can put and create things. And people laughed at me the other day when I said, if this lad gets 15 goals in all competitions next season, you might have clubs at the end of next season queuing up for him and willing to pay 50, 60 million quid for him. And we've only spent 10 million on him. And people said, where's he going to get 15 goals? He couldn't even score for Sheffield United. And they say, yeah, but come on. It's Sheffield United he couldn't score for. Because if you look at their team last season, but in a team with better players, yes, he's a raw talent. There's a lot there, there's stuff there to be worked on. It's like Anthony Gordon, as I mentioned when we signed him, and people weren't happy. I said he's a rough diamond that needs smoothing out. And look what's happened to Gordon. And what's to say the same can't be done with this Osula or Osula, whichever way you pronounce his name. The thing is, I really back this kid, and I think he could come good. And I've always said 10 million quid is a low risk signing. If it doesn't work, you get rid. Simple as. Okay, you might have to take a little bit of a hit on the transfer fee, but you're not losing like 50, 60 million quid on the guy.
No,
you're only losing 10 million. Even if you're selling for, say, 5 million, you're losing 5 million quid's worth. Where if you buy a player for, like, do you remember when we sold Musa Sissoko to Spurs for 40-odd million quid it was, or something, or 30 million quid?
Yes.
And he was absolutely dog crap for Tottenham Hotspur. Even the Tottenham fan says Newcastle robbed us, and we did rob Spurs. Let's be honest, because he was absolutely dog crap when he went there. And he ended up leaving on a free. So that's what I'm saying. This is the thing: 10 million quid is a low risk signing, and I know it's not the one that's appeased the fans, but I thought he played all right on his debut. He's got a lot to learn still, but that will come in time. That will come in time, and playing with better players will help. And if he can get an assist, if we get Willock back to his full fitness again, and Willock's past his injuries, which I believe he said he is now, and I hope he is. Mm-hmm. We've got one hell of a midfield next season, and a lot of players vying for that midfield place. And I'll tell you now, there's no way Longstaff's getting anywhere near that starting lineup in the Premier League next season because we've got too much ahead of him in midfield. And I want to see another assist of the season again, like we had in the 22-23 season from Joe Willock when he bent that ball with the outside of his right foot perfectly in front of Isak, who went on and scored against Tottenham when we blasted them away in 21 minutes when we were 5-0 up in 21 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Remember that.
And I want to see Willock produce them balls again. And I believe we will do as well.
Oh, that's the case, Tiller. I hope that's the case.
Because that game was actually voted by the Premier League fans of all clubs as Premier League game of the season, that one. Mm-hmm. When we beat Spurs 6-1.
Yep.
And got Stellini sacked.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. Right, we've got to touch on Madueke. Tristan, big up to Tristan, bad. I hope you well. Madueke is perfect for us top winger. Forward, he can defend, cut inside, and score. Before we touch on Madueke, all you Japanese listeners, I know it's early in the morning that you listen to John Sinclair TV. We talk about the transfers. You're always welcome to watch the channel. You can also leave a comment as well. And let's go on to Tristan's comments. Pete, we'll start with you because started the tour last time. Madueke, I believe it's going to be like a season-long loan, leads to permanent buy. Now they've got Pedro Neto. His future doesn't look great, but he's come out and said that he wants to fight for the jersey. He wants to stay at the club. He wants to fight for his place. How the hell? Now Neto's going to come in. How the heck he's going to get in that team?
I think his future will be very bleak there now, John. With Palmer, now the mean started, getting Pedro Neto in through the door as well. I would give this. I would take this guy. I really would. We need another right winger because Miggy's not good enough, and we can't really keep starting Jacob Murphy in games, I'm afraid. And there's talks Miggy could be on his way out of the club, possibly as well.
Yep.
So it makes sense to get a right winger. And I think Madueke's a very good player.
Yes. I like that guy. Yeah. We'll come on to Tony's taking a minute. Spend too much time on a player. Clearly don't want to sell, hence the price. We are literally 5 mil off and he still won't accept. Do you know what? If I don't play games with us, or they're waiting for Liverpool. Nico Williams, 330k a week. We ain't getting not a chance. Need chance. Big up to MD. Hope you're good. We'd love to Nico Williams, but wages are 250k a week. Conflicted. Peter, I've seen your rooftops video far too.
Oh, yes. If anyone's seen the rooftop tour, yeah, that was brilliant.
I didn't watch it, but I'll have a check. Big up to Pablo again. What do you think of the way Kit launched video? Absolutely fantastic.
That was absolutely brilliant. That was fantastic. Absolutely amazing. That was.
Wow. Unbelievable. Andy's laughing. Of course, we got to Tony, first timer, and I met him at the stack on Saturday with his wifey as well. Big up to Tony. Hope you're well. Welcome to JSTV. I'll go get you on, be sure, very, very soon as well. So, Tony from Taunton, everyone, and he is absolutely brilliant. Loves the tune as well. I will swap Miggy with Palmer. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Even better.
You would do that now because you just signed a new deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
2033.
Oh my God.
That big sure man over Dad's thing city is not true. The Gaga's utter, you know what, and talks horse indeed. And Palace don't need the money. What makes you think they are after? That's an Alan. Money talks, my guy. Money talks. And thanks for becoming a member, Tony. I really appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much indeed for that. It's been a while since being a member as well. Thanks again. I appreciate that. 99p as well. I think deals take so long because you refuse to be bent over barrel over here. Well, it didn't take West Ham long to get players. That is the thing.
No, it hasn't.
They go for it. You guys think you get Goosey, Mo, Arshad, Big Two, Mo, hope you're well. It's in the balance, mate. It is in the balance. Just come remember, John. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. Love you loads, man. And I really appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed, my man. On jagging deals, our clubs just make it difficult for us to buy them. Palace literally gave us no bigger room. And for Palace to say he's a superstar is a bit of a stretch. I mean, he's not a superstar yet, but he's a damn good defender. Deals take time to get done for us right now because we'll also wait to see what becomes available. Are you player available later in the window? Madueke, example, even Bone, West Ham, Speed. He'll not be leaving West Ham. I don't think Bone will leave West Ham at all whatsoever. Not a chance.
No.
Could be wrong. I think City will fall short and Arsenal could win the title. I tell you what, League
all depends because Man City have sold Alvarez for 83 million.
Yep.
So go and splash that cash on another top player.
Yep. I mean, City will definitely get a striker in now because you can't leave Erling Haaland up front on the sun. There's no way. They need another striker. No question about that. We are winning the title, simple as that. Andrew, I love it to happen, mate. I love it to happen, but can't see it. Carragher's a bad end. None of the media even mentioned us in top years. Talksports are bad for it as well. Just Sterling and Ali have mentioned us in fourth. Yeah,
two people are like Jeff Stelling and Ali McCoist.
100%. 100%.
Like
it's just recent bias. They all have Villa high up. They're not accounted for them selling the best player. Yep, that is true, Santiago. I like the fact we are underdogs to these pundits. Why? Because it's a sweetener. If you do get in Europe and maybe win a trophy, I want to win a trophy. All day flipping long. JG says, "What on, Tony? Third in the league and Carbo Cup win. I take a cup all day long." And my prediction: we finish third and win a cup. Paul, I hope you're right. Man United still spending that's 2 in a day, and they just signed Masuale. Breaking news on Sky Sports News, and also they have signed Matthias de Ligt. Sky hates us. They do, Michael. Chelsea literally have a Build-A-Bear squad. No false process into who they buy.
And I think he'll be the first manager sacked.
Fair enough. Tony Madueke, and I mean, Pete is happy with him. I take him. You know what? I think he's a really confident player. His attitude is in question. However, on the pitch, he looks a fine player.
Yeah, I mean, look, before we talk about Madueke, I know a lot of people are putting in the chat about Nico Williams, like he's on this amount of money, that amount of money. Right. Now, going to FB Ref, Nico Williams' wages per week on the current contract he's on is 200,385 euros per week. That works out around about maybe 170 to 180,000 pound a week in English money. So probably roughly around about say 178 grand a week he's on in English money. So he's not on 300 grand a week. He's actually on 200,000 euros a week. So I just thought I'll get that one out there anyway. Just to, if anybody's not sure, check FB Ref. It tells you on there what his weekly wages per week as well. But Madueke, John, yeah, I mean, look, we're looking at a loan to buy, a loan with an option to buy. Now, I'll take that all day long. I think that's a cracking deal if we can get that over the line. They've just Chelsea have just signed a new player called Cheese String. Sorry, Pedro Neto. But yeah, we know he's got cheese strings for hamstrings. So every time a Chelsea fan eats a cheese string, they can say, "Oh, that's Neto's hamstrings." Anyway, so anyway, not Pedro Neto, sorry, Noni Madueke. Yes, I think he's a cracking player, John. He's got a lot of potential there. Remember, I know people say he's got attitude issues, right? Okay, over a penalty situation. Just forget that. Forget that. Players are competitive when it comes to a penalty because every player wants to take the penalty. Because naturally you want to be on the score sheet, you want to be a hero. But look at Madueke, right? He's got the potential. I've seen this player live in front of my eyes, not for Chelsea, but for England under 21s. And I'll tell you now, he's a cracking player. He was playing in Holland before he went to Chelsea. So he was playing for PSV Eindhoven, and then went to Chelsea for 35 million euros, which was around about 30 million quid. In the Premier League last season, he started 13 out of 23 games, scored 5 goals and got 2 assists. Again, this was and he won 2 penalties. This is in a Chelsea team that is full of individuals. I'm going to be honest, Shaft. Chelsea are full of individuals. Yes, okay, towards the end of the season, they got their act together and they ended up going on a run and finishing above us in 6th place, which possibly they shouldn't have done. But, it is what it is, and they finished in 6th. Now, that would normally guarantee them Europa League. But as I say, because of the freak season of Man U beating City in the final, which I had City down all day to win that final, Chelsea got dumped in the Conference League, which is where we should have been. We're finishing 7th. So, for me, Madueke would make sense. Now, there is reports saying he wants to stay. But look, out of all these players Chelsea's got, with a scatty owner in Todd Bowley, let's be honest, I wouldn't like to be Maresca having to sit down and work out the 25-man squad. Because there's going to be players in that, not included in that 25-man squad. And they're not going to be playing for at least 6 months till the January window, till January comes. And if you're a big player and you're not in that 25-man squad, you're going to want to move before the window shuts because you want to be playing football. If Madueke's not included in that 25-man squad, he's going to want to move. I think this is a deal that we could do. Again, bit like Lewis Hall, where we got him on loan. Chelsea fans are actually still up in arms over that because they've said that's exactly what Lewis Hall's like. He's that good. And we can't believe Newcastle's got him. But because they said at the time, Chelsea decided it was a good idea to send him on loan. And he's proven that he's a top quality player. And you can see why Chelsea fans are upset over that. Now, Madueke, I think, is a cracking player. As I say, he's 22, so if he could get left out of this squad because he's not under 21 no more. Is he an upgrade on Almiron? Absolutely he is. Is he better than Murphy? Possibly. He could possibly be even greater than Murphy. Let's be honest. Look, Murphy's had a great pre-season, but we need strength and depth in that department. Look, Mickey, okay, he didn't do too bad Saturday, but he had a shot that went wide, and but other than that, for me, he hasn't really set the world alight, Mickey. And there was a couple of times when the moves got broken down because he has to go from right foot to left foot, and the move breaks down. So we need somebody who can keep a move going. Now there's talks of Charlotte FC wanting Mickey. Now their window shuts tomorrow night in the MLS. Now apparently they offered us 5 million or whatever it was for Mickey because we know the Americans do not pay massive fees for players. We turned that down, and apparently Eddie Howe has come out and said Mickey's a very important player in the squad and doesn't want to lose him. Now hang on, I'm sorry, Eddie Howe. Look, we're not saying we don't want Mickey there. He's just not good enough now. He's had his time. You know, he's done his bit now. If we want to go to the next level, we got to start moving these players on. And I'm talking about the likes of Miggy. I'm talking about the likes of Longstaff now. These players are going to be moved on. If we want to go to the elite levels that we keep saying, and when our owner sat there last year on the Amazon Prime video, he asked our Ryan and said, we want to be number one. When you want to be number one, you got to start getting rid of players who are not going to be good enough to get you to that level, or going to be good enough to compete at that level on a consistent basis. Now, people may think I'm being harsh about Longstaff, but yes, okay, he may have been carrying an injury last season. But I think that lad's lost 2 years of his footballing because of a certain man called Mr. Cabbagehead. And because of that, yes, okay, Eddie Howe gone back to playing the sort of way he was. But yes, he's got energy. He's got a good engine, Sean Longstaff. But I don't think he's an elite player. And I'm very sorry to say that. If he was an elite player, why is he not in the England team? If he's an elite player, you know, why didn't our former owner cash in on him when he had the chance to Man U for 50 million quid? You know, because he wanted to keep him, because at the time under Benitez, he was playing like a world-class player, Sean Longstaff, because he was working under a world-class manager who's been there and done it all. Now, but what I'm saying is, at this moment in time, if we want to be elite, Miggy Almiron, Sean Longstaff, Jamal Lewis is another one, all have to move on. Now, we know Eddie Howe's been quite complimentary of Jamal Lewis. But remember, we've got Lewis Hall as the emerging left back now. You've got Dan Byrne, Lloyd Kelly, who can cover left back. And you've also got Matt Target at the club. If anybody can remember, Matt Target's still at the club. He's injured still. What a surprise. Another player that we need off the wage bill. Another waste of space. I'm sorry. Why we signed him, I do not know. We should have just let him go after his loan spell and not bothered. But for some reason, we signed him off the back of a good loan spell. But as I say, there are players there that really need to be moved on.
Agreed.
And Charlotte are still talking, apparently.
Yeah.
Now, apparently, we want 15 to 20 million for Miggy. If they come back to us and say maybe they'll give us 10 million plus 5 million add-ons, maybe we accept that. I do not know. But all I'm saying is, and it's not me being nasty, I'm not being awkward because I'm a Newcastle fan at heart and I want to see the team do well. But at the end of the day, it's about progression. Do you see Pep Guardiola keep players that are not up to the next level? No, they've gone. No. Jurgen Klopp? No, they go. Yeah. That's why they're elite managers. Because there's no sentimentality. And that is what Eddie Howe's got to stop doing, stop being sentimental and be honest with these players and say, look, sorry, you are not good enough for the next level. I have to let you go. Even if you keep Longstaff for another year. Why is Longstaff not being offered a new deal yet?
He's not been good enough.
You could have had him down to a new deal now, but that's it. Exactly, because he's not good enough. And this is a time, if we can get rid of Longstaff now before the end of this window, this is a time to cash in, because come January, he can talk to clubs abroad and sign a pre-contract agreement somewhere. So really, we should be looking to offload Longstaff before the end of this window. Whether we do or not is a different kettle of fish. But this is what I'm saying. In the likes of Madueke, he's the type of player who can take it to that next level because he's got the talent. And as I say, I've seen the guy play live, and I think he's a terrific player of the football. What you've seen at Chelsea, you've seen flashes of him. But because Chelsea have been a team that are just, like I say, full of individuals, all thrown in the mix together, Bowley thinking he's playing FIFA Ultimate Team. Sorry, it's not a computer game, Bowley. It's real life players, real life human beings playing on the football field. Mm-hmm. It's not cartoon characters or imaginary characters on a screen where you can control them yourself. These players have their own ball skills. And when you throw players into a team that's not really gelling, how do you expect that team to be successful? Exactly. It would be like saying our owners going out and buying a whole new 11 and saying, there you go, Eddie Howe, go and put them on the playing field. It wouldn't happen. You couldn't do it. No. That's why it took Pochettino so long to get that team to gel together. and they ended up finishing 6th, and then he gets the sack for it. And then they bring in a manager called Maresca, who I think is going to be one of the first managers out the door. And I really do.
Could be. He didn't do well at Palmer either.
Nah, not good enough.
And I still stick by that. I mean, guys, what do you think about what I've said there? Am I being honest, or am I being too harsh on Longstaff and Almiron?
No, I would definitely wouldn't say so. We know Miggy's not good enough anymore. Apparently, he's had a lot of poor pre-season. Apparently, he was woeful in the Copa America.
Yeah. And the thing is, though, Pete, right? We're not having a go at Miggy. We like Miggy as a person.
He's been over 5 years. That's the problem.
Exactly. We're not cussing him. All we're saying is that if we go to the next level, then we have to move Miggy on.
He has to go.
That.
He
but
has to leave.
If we can't get rid of him, there's not a lot we can do about it.
No.
You know what I mean? But for me personally, I think he needs to move on to another club. We're not having a go at him. We're not abusing him. But if you want to win trophies, you want to win titles, unfortunately, he cannot do that. He cannot be here because some of our fan base, right, are still want him in the team. They still want to back this guy. They still want him in the team. They had 5.5 years to show us how good a player he is. One good season. That is it. And Tony summed it up. With Pep Guardiola, keep him. No. Jurgen Klopp, keep him. Never. Mikel Arteta, never.
Even if Fergie was still managing at the time, he wouldn't.
Exactly. That is the thing. We're not having to go at Miggy, but at the end of the day, right, we've got a winner mentality, and we just say it how it is. You know what I mean? We're not happy clappers. We just call it out there, say it how it is. But we never, ever, ever abuse a player. For me, we need a right winger, ASAP. Eddie Howe is too loyal, though, Tony. I love him, but he is too loyal. And I tell you what,
John,
I'll be worried for him.
I think the problem with Eddie Howe, right, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, right? The reason I think he's too loyal with players, and I think this goes back to when he was at Bournemouth. Now, if you look at Bournemouth as a club, when they've got these type of players in, because he was over, I mean, it was Craig, the Bournemouth fan, told me that he was always loyal to Lise Mousset, even though Lise Mousset was a terrible player, by the way. Now then, and fans were getting on Eddie Howe's back about him, why he was keep playing him. Now, in a team like Bournemouth, obviously they've changed ownership since then. Now, under that former owner, okay, maybe players like that, you had to keep around the club and you couldn't afford to lose them because maybe they just didn't have the funds to go out and buy another player of the same caliber or quality to bring in. And it would cost them too much money. So maybe that's why he was working with that.
Right.
But Eddie should be realising he's at a club now where we are going to go out there and we can bid for better players and we can improve the squad. There's a lot of these players now that should be gone. I believe Lascelles will probably be gone next season. He'll not be here next season. I bet you not.
Wilson will be another one.
Wilson will be gone. With his contract run out and he'll just go on in a free agent somewhere or retire. Well. That's what I'm saying. If we can get rid of Longstaff before the end of the window, whatever we get from him, whether it's 15 million, 20 million, it's 100% profit on PSR.
Yes.
We make that as pure profit, whatever it is.
Great.
So, even if he goes and you times it by 4 for your FFP for 15 million, that's 60 million quid. That gets you a player. So, look, there's pros and cons here. We've got plenty in reserve. If you look at the midfield, we've got Bruno, we've got Joe Linton. Tonali will be back in a few weeks' time. Hooray. We've got Jamie Mailey, who's coming through. He's played well in pre-season. We've got Lewis Mailey, his brother. We got Joe Willock. So we're well stacked in midfield. And then we've probably got a couple of kids who can probably come on as well and play. We've got Joe White as well. So, look, we're well stacked in midfield. I think this is why Eddie's so sentimental, because he's been used to it at Bournemouth and it's totally different. But he's been here nearly 3 years now. He should know by now that he's got to start. Maybe Paul Mitchell might say to him, look, Eddie, I know how much you like these players, but, mate, they've got to move on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right.
And I might upset the Miggy fan club, and I do apologise if I'm upsetting the Miggy fan club. Look, he's played well for us. He had a great season a couple of seasons ago. But if you totally assists up between him and Murphy, at the time they've been at the club, Murphy's got more assists. He scores, and in fact, Murphy's got more assists last season than Miggy's had in the 5 years he's been here. What does that tell you?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That is the thing. That is the thing. Let's go through some comments as well, guys, because I know there's a load of comments, so we get through that as well. We got to Dean Hall. That hi to you, Dean. Hope you're well. Talks to you soon tonight regarding Marc Guehi. Paul Mitchell still keen to get the deal over the line. Players want to agree terms Newcastle. Final offer of 65 mil? Question mark. And the can't come superstar after €1. That's from Alan. See your point. Good evening to Lawrence. Hope you're well, mate. So got Paul's comments on the season qualified Champions League. All the pundits wanted to be involved when we were spanking everyone. All our facial memories. I agree, mate. Totally agree. And Mason's questioning Dean where it's from. Hi to Mama again. Going to close the show very, very soon. Apparently, looking at the Spile son. Hey, I like that. With Madueke or Bumo.
And Buemo from Brentford.
Yeah, he's a good player. Did worried about his injury record previously, but had a look at his stats and seen that he only missed 5 league games last season.
Mm-hmm.
That's indeed. All players have to say they want to say else. They want to say else. Chucking the manager and fans on the bus. It's basic PR. 100%. 100%. He's leagues above Mrs. Murphy. He does. Another alternative to being Sterling on loan. Half.
It's Raheem Sterling. No.
Sterling.
Absolutely no.
He's on 300k a week. Lads,
Sterling's definitely gone way backwards.
Oh, God, yeah. No, thank you. No.
Not for Ryan Sterling. Nah.
Raheem Sterling, no, thank you.
Not for me. Lads, if it's true, has just last bid 60 mil, time to move on. Simples, or we end up paying far too much, like Man U had for years. That's the thing. That is the thing. It's fair shout, Alan. It's fair shout. We were linked to Gibbs White. It's mad that's gone for me. Is one of our main hopes to nothing. That's one more. Yep.
Again, were we in for him? The fact is, where does he play within the system we play?
Exactly. If we do, got to play a 4-2-3-1 and play us a 10. You're not being too harsh. Longstaff, not elite, decent squad player. Think if we don't get Miggy sell, this will be his last season here. We're talking about Eddie as well. And I want Eddie to be here for years and years and years to come. But unfortunately, he's too loyal to the players. Why didn't you offer Target or Lewis in the deal for Guehi? Paz looking for a backup left wing back. That's a fair shout, Wacky. That's a fair shout. I don't think Lewis is Premier League quality, and that's the target. He's out injured anyway. They also.
I disagree, John. I think he is. I just think because if you remember, Liverpool wanted Jamal Lewis, but they didn't want to pay the money that we went out and paid them for, and I think Lewis was he's a good left back, let's be honest. But we got him at the wrong time. And the reason we got at the wrong time, because we had the wrong manager in charge, Cabbage. And a man who has dinosaur tactics like him, that is why Lewis went downhill rapidly and looked awful. Wasn't the lad's fault. It's down to the management. And he's killed his football career. Because when Eddie came in, I thought he looked all right, and he played in that game against Liverpool, and he went off with an injury. Up until that, I thought he played okay, but he just hasn't come back from that, and it's a shame. But look, I still think he could be Premier League quality, because why would Liverpool have been in for him why would Liverpool want him if they didn't think he was Premier League quality? There's no way Klopp would have took him on if he didn't think of that. So you've got to look at it, John. You've got to look at the fact it's down to Cabbage, unfortunately.
That's what it was down to. Just some news.
How's the bacon?
Just some news. It is Preston 2, the Mackhams 0.
Scum are losing, lovely.
Yeah, that's how we like it. We're out of these comms. We've got one more topic here, which is going to be, I've heard as well. I don't think Charlotte will offer the money we want for Miggy, but then again, I'm sure they pulled out of a deal to sign someone for fine note. That's interesting. I hope that they come back with an offer for Miggy. 10 million seals the deal. Miggy has that purple patch where he scored world-class scores, which has been a while, Paul. I thought that was it. This is what would be missing, but revert back to type and how he used So on that note, is not really progress. Paul, that's a fair comment, man. Tony, you need to get a new green screen. That's from Darren.
I don't think the green screen.
Green screens. It's all right.
Oh, because I haven't got my green screen on behind me tonight.
That's fair.
Yes, that's why you probably should do more, Tony, just so you don't get all the thingy bits.
Yeah, exactly. I'm having a go at him. He's shite anyways. Can't stand him. 1 point patch and still can't speak English. I would sack him for not studying English alone. Look at Bruno and J7. Fluent in half time. And Stephen, I can understand your anger on Miggy as well. I know that he needs to be moved on. But if he's on the contract, there's nothing you can do about it. Absolutely no. But if he goes, that would reach him really well. And I think he needs to be aware personally. Over the next 2 seasons, you'll see all your players gone. Dubs, Lascelles, Longstaff, Murphy, Wilson, etc. in place by...
Yep, they'll be all history soon. There will be.
Yeah. They got one.
Yes, Lascelles, yes.
Yep. It's not necessarily a good thing. Murphy looked good in pre-season. It could be played over the right wing cracks. That's been
You
stupid.
still need another right wing.
Absolutely. Murphy squad player, but he can go back to being taught ineffective. 4 he's improved, 3 goals and assists. He's 29 now. This is going to be a massive season for Jacob. See some defenders leaving in Jan. We have Trippy, who could touch him in a bit. Kraft, Shah, Lascelles, plus Lewis out of contract next year. Yep. I mean, I can see Shah moving on next season. I hope I'm wrong. But Pete, you're spot on with Miggy and 36. They're models professionals. But they're just not good enough now. Simples, it's a legacy of Ashley that the squad was so poor to sell players on. That's a fair shout, Alan. That's a fair comment. There's talk of Sean getting a new contract signed shortly. Are they really going to double his wish to stay? He's on 50k a week, and if they do that, this is going to be all on Eddie. This is going to be all on Eddie, this signing. Because I tell you what, I'll tell you now, right? We've got Tonali there. You got Jamie there. You got Lewis.
Where does he fit in? Where would Longstaff then fit in?
Yeah. Don't change your formation for him. You play your best players, and that is it.
Yeah.
But he's got Wayne left on his contract. If that is true, then I hope the fans don't have a go at Eddie. I really don't. But I fear for fans, Eddie, for fans have to go getting that. There's a lot of players should have gone, but if no one wants them, Eddie has no choice. It's out of his hands. That's a make. Fair comment. Tommy Murphy's not confident in shooting jobs. I think he's done all right in pre-season. He's got to do it again in the Prem. Sterling's another example. Someone declined early because they played too much earlier on, a bit like Walcott and Lennon.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Depends if Palace have any interest in Tommy Lewis. I couldn't see joining another Premier League club. That's Lawrence. Geary's not coming, and Mickey's going nowhere. And Maniac is staying where he is, and he's openly said he wants to fight first place unless we have someone else lined up and keep it quiet. That's a Mick. Big up to you, Mick. Hope you're well. Depressing, isn't it? Apparently, Cherky to Dortmund has stored. Maybe you should hijack on direction. I think Cherky's gone to Inter Milan. I just thought I'd check that. Maybe
Who's that? Ryan Cherky.
Yeah, I think he's gone to Inter Milan. Cherky. I just thought I'd check that. Ryan Cherky. And I mean, has he gone in? I'm not sure he's gone in. No, that's another Cherky as well. So he's at Lyon in a minute, and he's 20 years of age, 5'11". This guy is absolutely fantastic. He's an attacking midfielder. I tell you what, he'll be a good buy, a great buy. But other clubs will be after him as well. And maybe Miggy is key player. His key player helps resell value. Close won't pay us much for a not acquired player. That's the thing. That is the thing. No other Englishman's going to buy him, unfortunately. No, he wasn't David at all. And Miron also had the chance to come and flute in English when he was at Atlanta. True. But he chose not to, unfortunately. And film balls from Google Wing out of League and runs cheap too. Okay, and can't see Longstaff going to someone like a mid-plays Bundesliga team. I tell you what, if he went to the Bundesliga, good luck to him, man. I hope he does okay. Cherky's still available. That's from Lyon. So yeah, just a last topic of the day for the wrap up the show. Kieran Trippier, Tony, apparently, right, he'll still be leaving. He's on 120k a week. Ed's on his step in his way, but there's a possibility that Kieran could be on his way.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's been rumblings all summer about this. I wouldn't be against it if I'm honest. Look, he's been great for us since he come to the club. He was the first signing in under the new ownership. He's helped stabilise the club. He's been a great leader. But last season, there was a lot of mistakes coming out with Trippier. 2 against Everton, 1 against Spurs at White Hart Lane. Sorry, not White. It used to be White Hart Lane. It's now the Tottenham Stadium. Chelsea in the Cup. Look, if the Saudi club comes knocking and he wants to go, I would let him go. It's one last big payday for him before he retires. And yeah, I wouldn't be against that. We've got right backs. We've got Harrison Ashby there as well as Tino Livramento. So we got, reserve there. Even if the Saudis paid 15-20 million for Trippier, I would take it all day long for a 33-year-old player who turns 34 in September. So, yeah, I wouldn't be against that, if I'm honest. But, yeah, it's one of those.
Yep.
We just have to wait to see what happens. One thing I do want to see is there was a lot of talk the other week of us going for a player called Brajan Gruda from FC Mainz in Germany, FSV Mainz. That seems to have gone a bit quiet now, and I don't know what's going on. He's 20-year-old German.
He's going to Brighton, Tony. He's going to Brighton.
Has he actually signed for them, though?
He will be. According to Fabrizio Romano, he's currently said that that deal, he's apparently, he could out with a medical, and that could be in place.
But there's still, we can still get in there and take him out. There's no, he hasn't signed the contract yet. So you can go in there last minute and still steal him.
That is the thing. And Paul Mitchell knows a lot about German football, and I'm amazed that he's not gone after for this guy. 25 million quid, 20 years old. I think it'd be brilliant for you.
High pressing, one of his strengths, which is exactly the game we play.
Absolutely. Then Minte plays that position as well. So it's competition there. So we'll see what happens. And we keep eyes open for that one. I'll get that, John. But Mickey has been there for 7 years and can't speak a word of English. And Tonali learns it in a year. Totally agree, Stephen. Totally agree. That is the thing. Hope we don't get Guehi, to be honest. Don't think he's worth anywhere near 65 mil. That's because he's an English player. 36 is a good squad player, and we get sold if he's on the bench for a long time. Maybe a reason for a new contract. Players are never happy on the bench, and he's good for the team spirit. Well, one player's going to play on the pitch. You don't win players on the pitch. But I see what you mean, Alan. Do you know what I mean? But what do you think, Pete? On the bench for good spirit? I'd rather see him playing, to be fair.
See what happens, but I think Longstaff's is going to have to get used to it. If when Tonali comes back, I think that's what's going to happen to Longstaff.
That's the thing. That is the thing. We've got to keep our eyes open for that one because anything can happen. So there you go. I've got one to comment on Twitter from Moore. Hi to Moore. Hope you're well. Great show, John. We'll continue listening. But he's got to work at 5 in the morning. Definitely be listening to you guys going forward, though. Thank you so much for watching my channel, mate. I really appreciate that. If you could subscribe to my channel, that'd be amazing. Thank you very much. And you deserve an early bed. But thank you for watching, mate. And so do follow us on Twitter. No, lots of numbers on there. Do check him out. Trippier, I don't mind going, but we need a replacement, especially actually could we need a Livramento to cover the left back if there's too much injuries there. That is the thing. The JK Pan available for around 13-15 mil, according to reports. That's quite cheap, if that is the case. I reckon we need a Magachal. Forget that, mate. He does not want to leave AC Milan because, A, he's got no interest in coming to Newcastle now. Secondly, he's got Champions League football with AC Milan. So, definitely, I can't see it happening. Is JK cross between chicken and turkey? Turkey. That's a good one. That's a brilliant one. Yes.
Not Andrew.
Nice one. Nice one. Tigers finally back in training this week. Wow. But don't really be fit until October at the latest. 2018, he signed 2025, and a road runner out. Come on, Charlotte, bid higher. I hope that's the case. Unless you decide to give Ashby a chance, that here he could be going for another loan spell in the championship. Yep, I heard that as well. That could be a possibility. Don't forget, lads, Longstaff's generation talent, sell him to Palace for 70 mil. Do you know what? Why did they just chuck him in as a part exchange? That could be sensational. The talent that stands unreal. We need to up our transfer game now big time. Because I tell you what, if they finish above us this season, or Palace for that matter, I tell you what, we could be in trouble going forward unless we compete. And why do our fans think Longstaff has this idea that he's entitled to start? He doesn't. He is very humble and aware of his abilities. He knows Sandro is miles better. Tino, I totally agree, mate. 110%. Champions League doesn't matter as much as people think it does. Trips left at Champions League to join, rank 16 to join us, which is very, very true. So, do you know what it is, right? I mean, look, back to Guehi quickly, Tony. Are we going to get him? I think we will.
I think we will, John, but I think there's going to be a bit of cat and mouse playing in this.
Yeah, man.
I think it may go ahead. I know people are saying the reporter from the Mail is saying it that it's not happening or it's been rejected, but the fact it's not being reported on Sky, TalkSport, or anywhere like that suggests to me there's been no bid rejected yet, and it's probably still sitting on the table. So I'm going to say yes, we will get done, but when it'll get done, I haven't got a clue.
Time will tell. Pete, what about you?
I'm going to say we'll get him.
Yeah, I think we get him. Probably not in time for Saturday's game. Maybe for the Bournemouth game, because either way, we're going to need him if it does. And if he gets rejected, go out there and get a quality. In fact, go and hijack that main swinger, hijack that move. Do you know what I mean? And then say, well, get him in, and then get a quality defender as well. So we'll see what happens. Right, we're going to wrap up the show there, guys. It's been an hour and a half, and I think it's been a great show tonight. Not bad
really
for the first time. It's flown by. And yeah, so the chat has been amazing. Thank you very much indeed for the chat as well. Just loads there. So if I can read them all out to you. And Tony, thanks for becoming a member as well. Tony from Taunton. I hope his wife is okay as well. So, Tony, where can we find you on and what you got coming up this week? I think Mama Flossies should be in the room, put out your channel out as well.
Yeah. So you can find me on It's All Black and White TV, which is behind me on the screen there. And there is lots of shows coming up now this week. 3 days till the Premier League starts, when Man U are kicking off on Friday. Look, I've got tomorrow night, I'm doing a Premier League predictions show, which I'm hopefully getting John on. If Pete's not busy, he's more than welcome to join. And I'm hoping to get a couple of opposing fans on as well. So I'm just waiting for messages back from them. What we'll do tomorrow, we'll look at top 4, top 7 even for European places. Who'll win the FA Cup, who'll win the Carabao Cup, who's getting relegated. And, you know, so I'm sure we'll all have our own opinions on that one. Who's going to be Player of the Year and things like that. Who's going to win the Golden Boot. So keep an eye out for that tomorrow night. Then on, what day is it tomorrow? It's Wednesday. Geez, I'm losing track of days now. So Wednesday tomorrow. Thursday, I'll probably be the Southampton preview. Friday, I may do a press conference reaction when Eddie Howe speaks, because it's back to speaking to the media again ahead of games now. Saturday, there will be the pre-match show at around 1:30. I believe the team news now comes out at about 1:45, because it's a new thing now. It's an hour and a quarter rather than just now before the game, which is a bit better. So there'll be the pre-match show on Saturday. And then I may do a little reaction show afterwards, whether it will be a pre-record or a live show. I haven't decided yet. Sunday, there'll be a match review of the game on Saturday. So, like I say, there is lots coming up on the channel this week. I'm going to be pretty busy this week. I'm going to be exhausted by the end of it. But you know what? I don't care, because it's you, the viewers, who I want to be there for, and I don't take your support for granted. When people come on, subscribe. I do thank everybody who subscribes to my channel. It's not taken for granted one little bit. And I just thank you for the support, and I'm glad I can bring you great shows as well. So, and that's what I'll try and continue to do all throughout the year. Also, if I get to any women's games as well, I will bring you vlogs on that. I'm trying to get to the London City game. I'm waiting for the tickets coming out for that one, for the away game, for the first one on the 6th of September. So if I get a ticket for that, which I probably should do, to be fair, then I will do a vlog on that as well. So keep an eye out for that as well, for the women's games.
Nice one.
Thank you for having me on the channel again, John.
No problem, Tony. And make sure you follow Tony's. It's all Black and White TV. And there's a link on Tony's channel. If you're new, please subscribe to it as well. Thank you very much indeed. And great job, guys. See you next time. Hit the thumbs on the way out. Thank you very much to Wacky. Is he a big West Ham fan, or is he?
Yeah, Wacky's a West Ham fan, yeah.
He must be over the moon about Full Cook, by the way. He must be over the moon about that guy.
God.
My guy. Good show.
And he has a picture as well, putting me as Paul, for God's sake.
Take him, Salford Mason. That's what I call him as well. Good. Swansea's still one.
Andrew, Mason. Good show to me. Bye-byes.
Bye-byes. Wow. And Jill's put the goal back against Swans. Mason must be getting nervous. I totally agree. Pete, where can we find you, man? What you got coming up, mate? And
channel down there, Petey Proudlock. Again, yesterday, me and Mason did our Premier League predictions yesterday. Feel free to go and check that out. Sunday, I was up on the gods on St. James's Park doing a rooftop tour. That video's had quite a lot of views on that one, just over 1,000 views. Thank you so much on that one as well. Really, really appreciate that. As well, so far, the next scheduled live show is this Thursday, and that is the return of the previews. So yes, because our game is on Saturday, so 8 o'clock for Thursday night will be a match preview with me and Mason for the first game of the season. Friday night will be the Crazy Petey's football live show. Saturday I'll be at the game, so it'll be quick thoughts after the game. There'll be fan reactions as well, and either probably the next day will also be in detail on the match review and the player ratings.
Fantastic stuff. There you go.
What? What's that? Oh, give over, man.
Hey. Oh, it's quality, man. And so to go, do follow PD Fanlock's channel for those who haven't done so. And thanks so much, indeed, for that one, Pete. I need to do the rooftop tour one day. That's a lot.
It's really it's brilliant to do. It's really good, worth doing. You don't just see down below on St. James's Park out the pitch. You could see miles away from the city centre as well.
Fantastic stuff.
The views are absolutely great.
Brilliant. Get that checked out as well. Pete is a mascot for Newcastle this weekend. Well, I don't know if he's going to comment on that one. And for me, follow me on John Sinclair TV. I think I'm on Harris's channel tomorrow at 7 o'clock for the preview show. Probably about an hour or so. Yeah, I think he knows that as well. And then what have I got coming up for me? I've got to do a preview show. Will it be live or maybe recorded? I haven't decided yet. But I'm up for the match on Saturday. I'm going to do the stack vlogs again. And also going to do the fans' reactions well after the game. And hopefully I'll find Pete as well. And yeah, football's back, as you all know. And if you like the video, like what you watch, like and subscribe. Thanks for Mama Floss being my mod as well. Thanks to all the other mods on Pete's and Tony's channel as well. And
John,
go on, Tony.
This is a tribute to Pete.
Oh God!
There you go.
Oh God! Oh, no!
There's poor Brownlock.
Wow.
Sick,
that's
man.
poor, John. That's poor.
This is gonna go. This is
Don't
gonna
forget to have your tubby toast, mate, Pete.
Oh Jesus! This is gonna happen on Friday night show. Now I'm gonna get all the shit.
It's time for the Teletubbies. Time for the Teletubbies.
I'm coming to the match on Saturday, Fire Old Trafford. No, I'm not. Fire Bristol, mate. Fire Bristol. Okay. Definitely not. I don't know why. I think Mason's got Old Trafford on his heat, you know. You know what I mean? Bless him. Fancy just on Friday. And Pete, I'd rather be than Tink Winky. I like that. I love that. But now it's been a great show tonight, guys. It really has. And by the way, I don't know if you guys know, or Pete probably know, I've got myself a DJI Osmo vlogger camera as well, which is absolutely amazing. Get on that as well. And get that one sorted out as well. That'd be great. If you check out on Japan, vlogs I've done as well. For those who haven't seen it, please smash the like as well. I've done Disney with Adam Pearson as well. The Beer Garden. I've also done the fans as well. Check out on that as well. That'd be amazing, healthy channel for Japan. And if you like what you watch, make sure you like and subscribe to the podcast. Leave a comment in the comment section down below as well. We'll just take Guehi. And also, would you take Madueke? Would you sell Kieran Trippier this window? And should Miguel Miron move on to Charlotte before the window shuts in America in 24 hours time?
Oh, what's he said now?
He says, Pete, I'd rather be poor than Tinky Winky.
Oh, yeah,
guys. I'll pull up as well. So, guys, go wrap up the show. Make sure you like and subscribe, guys. And as always, have a fantastic evening. And like I said, with the lads and
with the lads, with the lasses.